Hello and welcome to cookingflavors.com. Our channel is aimed at teaching beginners the ABCs of Indian cooking. We bring to you the very basic, simple, easy to learn and cook recipes and a guide to the most essential cooking strategies. Keep watching and enjoy our recipes. For today's video, as part of the how-to series, we look at the cleaning and cutting of Vazhaipoo or banana flower. Now let's take a look at how to do this. For those of you who don't know what a Vazhaipoo or banana flower is, this is how it will look like. Now this Vazhaipoo or banana flower has a tendency to stain your hands, or they will easily discolor your hands. So I recommend that you put a paper on the surface on which you are working on. You would also want to keep some oil ready so that on and off you can dip your fingers and grease your hands so that you don't stain or discolor your fingers. Now we'll start removing the florets first. See, this banana flower will have petals like this and it will easily come out. The outermost layers will peel off very easily. You can discard that, or if you want to use it for any garnishing purposes, you can reserve that. We'll first take out the florets like this. See, this is how the florets will look like when you take them out. Now we'll collect these florets in a container. Now if you look at my florets, they look a little brown in color, but usually they are nice pale white or a creamish color, because mine is not a very tender Vazhaipoo. It's a little what you call a muttina Vazhaipoo. That's why it looks like that. If it's nice and tender, it will have a nice creamish or a pale white color. Now see, as you go inside, your petals will become a little tight for you to peel it off, so you have to put in just a little more effort to peel off the petals. Now we'll remove these petals layer by layer and we'll take out all the florets. Now this stem here is very thick and it will be a hindrance for you while you are peeling off the petals, so you can cut them and discard it so that it will be easy for you to peel off your petals. Now we'll remove all the remaining florets. Now my fingers have started slightly discoloring and staining, so I'm dipping my fingers into a little bit of oil and greasing them thoroughly just to avoid the discoloration and staining. I've almost finished all the outer layers of the Vazhaipoo or the banana flower, and I've come to the innermost layer. These are how the small florets will look like. I've separated the big florets and the small florets. I've collected all the big florets into a separate container like this because cleaning them is a little more difficult and requires more effort than the smaller florets. The smaller florets, you can just pinch off the tips. Now this is how the innermost layer of the banana flower will look like. It's nice and tender here. The topmost portion is of no use, so you can cut it and discard it, and we'll do the bottom portion of this. This part is edible. You can use this for cooking and it's very tasty and healthy too, so don't discard the end portion of it. Now we look at the cleaning of the florets. I've taken one big floret. You have to work on it one at a time. Now there will be a large petal at the back of each floret. Just pull it open and hold it with your index finger, and in the middle you will find a stigma which is very thick and will have a head on top, a black head on top. As you open it, another small petal in front will open. So you can discard the small petal in front and the stigma and throw them away and reserve the others. Now I'll show you one more closely so that you can take a good look at it. See, I'm slowly pulling off the large petal at the back, holding it with my index finger. Then I'm pulling the midrib or nerve, the thick stigma which is there. That will be the tallest and it will have a black head on top. As you pull it in front, a small petal in front will open. And I'm throwing away the stigma and the small petal. The stigma and the small petal in front is not edible, so kindly discard it and reserve the others. This Vazhaipoo or banana flower is very good for health, especially for women. Once you start cleaning it and once you get the hang of it, this work can be done very fast. Now I've completely cleaned all the big florets and I've discarded all the stigma and the front petals in each one of the florets. Cleaning these small florets are very easy. You just have to pinch off the tips, which I'll be showing you. That's why I told you to separate the big ones and the smaller ones. because you don't have to keep fishing for the big ones. Now you see the smaller florets are very tender and very easy to clean. Just hold them in a group or a cluster like this and just keep pinching off the tips. As you pinch off the tips, you will see that the midrib or the main stigma will come off with it. This does not have the front petal, the back petal, and nothing like that. Now I have cleaned all the Vazhaipoo or the banana flower and separated them into florets and put it in a container. I put them in the refrigerator overnight. You can only do the cleaning part and put it in the refrigerator. Don't by any chance cut it the previous night and put it in the refrigerator. You only have to cut it just before you're going to cook it. That is the most healthy option. Now for the cutting purpose, I've taken a bowl of water. To this water, I'm adding just about a tablespoon of curd or yogurt, and we'll give them a good mix. Basically, I'm making a very liquidy, a very watery buttermilk, so that as I'm cutting the Vazhaipoo or the banana flour, I'll be adding it into the water. This is to prevent any discoloration because Vazhaipoo has a tendency to become nice and black and dark as you are cutting it. So this is to prevent the discoloration and the Vazhaipoo from getting black and dark. The cutting portion is very easy. Just pick a couple of them, group them together, and you're going to cut it like any other, like your string beans. As you're cutting it, you will be putting it into that prepared watery buttermilk. There are there definitely your knife is also going to get stained. So if you're thinking of greasing your knife with oil, be very careful because it's going to slip. So if you are a beginner and you're thinking of putting oil on your knife, be very careful. That's all there is to cleaning and cutting of the Vazhaipoo, a very healthy ingredient in our diet. I hope this video of cleaning and cutting the Vazhaipoo or banana flour was very useful, especially for beginners. I purposely kept this video a little long so that I could show in all the detailed and step-by-step procedures of doing this process for beginners. I thank all my subscribers who have continuously been encouraging me. Do continue to subscribe to our YouTube channel and post in your comments and suggestions. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video today. You can also visit us at cookingflavors.com for detailed recipes with tips and suggestions. You can also follow us on Google+. Till we see you again with another new and interesting video. Thank you and happy cooking.